Someone was talking about how in Sinners, it seems like everyone understands all the trauma that the male characters went through, but like the female characters don't really get that much attention when it comes to like their own trauma, and that is true. Like, and just spoilers ahead. Let's start off with Annie. Annie loses her child. Her husband leaves her after her child dies. Her husband comes back, kind of talks shit about her. They're starting to sort of get along again. Their fun night gets ruined by vampires. She ends up watching as her loved ones and people that she knew and grew up with get turned into vampires. She tells her husband to kill her if she gets bitten because she doesn't want to be separated from her ancestors and the possibility of seeing her baby again. And seeing that it literally drove Remick crazy, I can see why she chose to do what she did. And on top of that, she was betrayed by her brother-in-law, who is her husband's twin, so ouch. Then we have Perline. Someone said that, it was probably something like In the Color Purple, where she was very young and married off to an old man who did not love her and who did not want her. He just wanted someone to clean his house and give him some. So, the one night that she's free from her husband and she gets to have fun and she meets somebody that she likes, again, stuff gets bad and she ends up sacrificing her life for Sammy. Also, she got her licks in on Remick. Good for her. Good for her. Love that for her. I wish she would have got him. Sorry, baby. Anyway, Mary was a white passing black woman then. I say then because now we would consider her white, but because this was the South in the 1930s, they were not playing about that one drop rule, she would have been considered black. So she had to leave her hometown. She had to get married to someone she did not like, and she had to pass for white. And not only that, but she had a fear that if her husband or anyone else found out that she was black, that they were going to off her. And then, she tries to go help her friends and family, and she gets turned into a fucking vampire. She gets attacked by, rightfully so, by her family after she just kind of chomps on her man. And then, in the end, her and her man get to be together, but they can't go outside ever again. At least during the day. And Grace, of course, she gets so much hate, but, my girl was going through it. First of all, her husband gets killed by Remick, and Remick, just goes through his brain, and not only does he just go through his brain, he literally looks into, their most private moments, and says some weird, creepy shit to her in her language, which is enough to set her off. But then he threatens Lisa, her daughter, so that pisses her off even more, and that's why she's like, come in, motherfucker, because she's she, in her head, she has to protect her child. She does not care about these other people, not because she's a selfish bitch, but because she wants her child to be safe. And she knew the only way she could do that was by offing her husband. And she offed herself with him because she did not want him to die alone like that. So yeah, our ladies went through a lot of hell, and they deserve more credit because that sucked. Also, they were all fine. Also, I forgot to add her, but I feel like she does need to be added. Lisa is also now an orphan, does not know what happened to her parents. Best case scenario, she assumes that they were by the KKK and that their body was destroyed somehow. Which there might be traces of Grace. I'm not sure if there'd be any of Bo. Anyway. Also, Cornbread's wife, she was pregnant when we saw her, and we don't know if they had any other children together. So again, she could have assumed that her husband was killed by the KKK, or that he took the money and ran. either way, she is now a single mother in a time that was extremely horrible to women in general, especially single mothers. And she already seemed to have been having some financial troubles that was with her husband. I cannot imagine how that would be now. Like, dang, these poor women suffered.